Good drivers are not spending their time on these outdated methods that every other company is using, like the job boards, third-party recruiters, and trucking-specific job boards as well, okay? They're not doing that. So what are they doing? Well, they're doing the same thing you or I probably do. What's happening? Loris here, founder of Carrier Intelligence. We are a full-service marketing advertising agency designed to help carriers attract and retain better drivers using disruptive methods, okay? So today I want to talk to you about a concept I like to think of as red ocean versus blue ocean, and why you want to be in that blue ocean. So real quick, imagine you are out in the ocean and you are fishing, okay? So you're out there and you throw your pole in the water, but you're in a red ocean. What does that mean? Well, it means there's a lot of other lines in the water as well. Not to mention that, there's only a few fish out there that are really ready to bite. In addition to that, there's a ton of sharks out there swimming around trying to get those fish. Now that is the landscape that most trucking companies fish from. You have a ton of competitors in the same body of water as you, searching for those handful of good drivers that exist in that defined area. And what that means is that you're most likely trying to attract drivers from outdated methods, things like Indeed, trucking job boards, third-party recruiters, newspapers, ads, etc. These outdated methods that every other company is doing. If you were to go right now over to Indeed or ZipRecruiter and you search for CDL jobs within your hiring radius, there's going to be you and hundreds of other companies with similar ads trying to go out and find the same drivers. Those fish have all these different lines to potentially bite from, right? And that's a problem. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to catch anybody. And I don't say that in a negative manner. I just say that you're trying to attract the attention of your drivers, and the drivers need to be able to see you and understand why you are the best company to work for. That's very, very hard to do when you're using an outdated method where every other company is doing the exact same thing. That's a red water. Now, moving over to the blue water, that is quite a bit different landscape. You're out there on the lake, kind of all by yourself. It's morning, sun's shining, and there's not anybody else out there fishing, okay? Fish are hungry. They don't even have the ability to go out and choose from different lures to bite from. Now, that sounds all good and well, and maybe it's not that simple, but the point is you can move yourself over to waters that are not as saturated. 100% you can do that. Well, how do you do that? Well, you gotta think about it. Well, first off, where are the good drivers at? Where are those good fish at? Well, we know that good drivers are not spending their time messing around with Indeed, different kind of trucking job boards, talking to third-party recruiters. Quite frankly, they don't have time for it. I've heard all the excuses in the book from different carriers. Well, you know, government handouts, or you're getting paid more money to sit at home versus being a driver, or what have you. Sure, maybe there's an element of that, but honestly, those really good drivers, those drivers that you want to work with your company for years to come, they don't mess around with that stuff because it's not worth their time. They can make a lot more money, have a much better quality of life by actually being behind the wheel and working. So good drivers are not spending their time on these outdated methods that every other company is using, like the job boards, third-party recruiters, and trucking-specific job boards as well, okay? They're not doing that. So what are they doing? Well, they're doing the same thing you or I probably do. You know, they have a little bit of free time. They're getting laid over, loaded, getting unloaded. Maybe they're getting fueled up. That's their free time between, you know, being on the road 10, 12 hours a day. They're not messing around with that old stuff. Nobody does. I would never in my free time, hey, got 10 minutes, let me go check out Indeed and apply it for 20 companies. That's not what happens with these better drivers. They do the same thing we do, guys. They go onto the social medias. They go onto the YouTube. They go into their favorite blogs about Harley Davidsons or whatever it is. You gotta be where the audience is. You gotta be where the good fish are biting. And a great thing that is happening right now is most companies still don't know how to do this. And that is a huge, huge thing for you as a carrier, because if you can learn how to get yourself over to those bluer waters, a couple things are gonna happen. The first thing is you're gonna get more bites often, and you're gonna actually reel in more fish often. You're gonna get those drivers to actually not only apply, but actually come work with you more often because nobody else is going after them. All right, so how do you do that? It's all about disruptive marketing, disruptive advertising, focusing on what makes your company unique, and at that point, it's really hitting the right prospect with the right message on the right platform at the right time. And when you can knock all four of these things off, you're going to have a system to help you recruit better drivers and retain them longer as well. Social media is a great one. We know everybody's on social media. It could be Facebook, TikTok, Google, YouTube. Those four are a pretty solid recipe to help you attract better drivers when paired with strategic pixel retargeting. So if somebody, for example, sees you on Facebook, they like your page through an ad you ran, they went to your website, it did not apply, doesn't matter, we got their data now. Well, next time they're over on their favorite blog post, they're seeing your company there. When you can build that kind of system, you're going to go out and attract those drivers that are not necessarily even looking for jobs, but the fact that your company has the DNA, that thing that they want, you're going to have a much higher higher success of attracting and actually getting drivers through processing and then keeping those drivers on board for longer. Okay, so hopefully that was a quick, helpful video for you all. Any questions at all, always reach out to us, carrierintelligence.com, and we'd be happy to talk. Take care.